Yo, what's going on guys? My name is Matthew and welcome back to the channel. Now, we're back here today once again at the Bridge of Allan Classic Car Show. Now, we are just a wee bit early. Gates don't open till about 10:30. We're here just in the car park there, and we're just about to make our way to the actual show itself. But before we make our way there, there's a few cars in the car park here that are kind of interesting. Stuff like this, a Honda NSX, a Toyota MR2. We've even got an Aston Martin, I think a DBS, I think. Is it manual? No, it's automatic, semi-automatic, the flappy paddles. Even a Rolls Royce Wraith down there. We've got a cheeky Nissan 350Z back there. An EP3 Type R and, well, Porsche Boxster. And next to the Range Rover, and we've got a 911 GT3. It's not an RS, it's a CS apparently. We've got a Rover 214 SI. It's not the same Rover, but play the clip.
Anyway, so where's Ham? Exactly, where is the hamster? He's got a Rover! Oh God!
Old man, you've done it wrong.
My back!
GTI.
Yes, I know, but
16 valves.
But yeah, granted, it does go down.
Over.
Yeah. MR2 with the MACH power body kit. And just next to mine we've got a Morris Minor Traveller and some hot rods. I don't know what kinds of hot rods these are. Apparently they're Fords. So there might be forms of coupes, I think. Deluxes. All the details in that. Right, so that's us all paid in. Now let's get into the show and see how cool it actually is.
Isolated eyes, a messy mind. Think I need to help you. I'm gonna try. Cute as hell, baby. Hotter than flames. Wanna burn together.
Home sweet home.
We've got the old Z28 from previous years.
Now let me take the lead. Know you wanna play with me. Got secrets you might wanna see. You might wanna see. You might wanna. I know I'm not gonna regret this. Wanna get reckless, put you to the test, yeah. I know I'm not gonna regret this. I wanna get reckless. I wanna get reckless. I wanna get reckless.
Lovely Triumph, I think TR7 or Triumph Herald, one of the two. And we've got, I know some of you will be thinking that, oh, we've got caterhams. These are not caterhams. I know they look like caterhams, but they're not. A Jaguar XJS. Magnificent car, this. A bunch of Jags, especially like F-types. Oh, and by the way, that brings me on to something. Welcome back, Frank. Yep, welcome back, Mr. Haggis and Horsepower. aka EK Drifter 458, and he's managed to get himself his dream car, his Jaguar F-Type. It's a V6, and yes, he's back on YouTube after God knows how long, but you won't believe this. He actually likes my content and he's actually subscribed to the channel. I know, what are the odds of that? So, big shout out to you, Frank, and hopefully we can meet each other at some point and go and check out his channel and let him know that I sent you there. Somewhere up there, I don't know how well you can see it, folks, but there's a drone flying up there somewhere. Bentley Continental, we've got a Ford F100, and lo and behold, a C6 Corvette ZR1, not Z06. It'd be cool to see this leave. Seen this a few times. Nice Mustang under the Capris. I said it once and I'll say it again. Ford, that is how you do a Capri, not the new electric thing. That's how you do a Capri proper.
Come back down to land. Go.
There's the drone. Oh, smell. We've got an actual Mark II Jag. Got to watch out with these because there's another car that looks exactly like this, and it's not, and this is it here. You think it's a Mark II Jag. You can tell the difference straight away. It is not, I repeat, not a Mark II Jag. It's actually a Nissan Micra.
So from where?
It's a Rolls Royce.
Another Rolls Royce.
The leg in the back.
It's like a motor record.
I'm pretty sure the best can come down.
Oh, that upholstery, man.
You've got a boot. That's the boot. It's a boot.
Wow.
Is that our mixed hot?
The big blower sticking out the top of the small block V8.
Switch things. Wait a minute.
The size of the steering wheel on this, like, here it is compared to my hand. It's not that big actually. In fact, it might roughly be about the same size as my steering wheel I've got at home. And of course, what's an event without a sponsor? And the event sponsor today is BMW Douglas Park, where they've got a various range of cars advertising. We've got an i4 electric BMW, well, disgusting, the M4 and the M2. You can, well, I don't really need to say anything because it's already written there on the side, but if I were to recommend any one of these cars, to me, I would have to go with the M2. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy around the new M2, that a lot of people think it's ugly and that it's not as good looking as the first version, but personally I think it is one of the better looking. I think it is a good looking car, and plus it comes with a manual, which I prefer. This E36 M3 definitely looks like it's not been drifted in its life at all. I don't think there's anything with this car that could possibly give it away whatsoever that it's actually a drift car. Watch as well see this getting trailered out later, I bet you. It's a Triumph Stag.
Triumph Stag.
We have an Aston Martin DB9. My dream Aston Martin. One Aston Martin I would have, it's this.
Wow.
Balance Delta Integrale, and just casually right next to it, an Evo 9. Just casual. I think what we've got here, is this a Ginetta? Oh, Marcos. For Adam C, we've got an MGB. Cue the intro. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to my MGB. Good news! We have the Dacia Sandero. The Dacia Sandero has came to the UK and it has taken the nation by storm.
Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to my MGB.
Volkswagen Corrado VR6. SN95 Mustang. And look how low this is. This car's definitely not owned by any sort of mafia at all. And just outside the show we've got a 911. We've got a Buick. Fun fact, Buick is American, right? But it was founded by a British person. So technically Buick is, well, it is American, but technically also British. On today's episode of What's Inside Your Car, on this week's episode, some fuzzy dice. Someone please fix the alarm for God's sake. There we go, fixed. Someone please fix the alarm for God's sake. Something I didn't notice. Next, well, behind the Citroen BX, we have a Reliant Cemetery, you know. We all know there's one very common rule with these. When you say Reliant Cemetery, you have to put a comma at the end, and then you have to say Princess Anne's got one of those, you know. And you've got to say it in such a way that no one actually knows that Princess Anne has a Reliant Cemetery, you know. On the CRX Del Sol. If you've seen my videos before, you know how loud this thing is. And yes, we've got a Mercedes SLK 55, which like I said in my last video, you can easily see how this could be mistaken for an SLR with the whole front end. It looks very similar. Obviously it's shorter, but it does look very, very similar.
The front one, but see if it's just a tip through thing. It looks like it's been punctured in. We should get on with it. My God. I like the way the V8's
Wow.
symmetry.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know that it had a V8 under the bonnet. You'd never know. We've got, I think, what is one of the first Saabs ever made, just after they'd stopped making planes. I fail to see why they still think their cars are exactly like their planes, but quite a few interesting Alfa Romeos. Like Jeremy Clarkson once said, you can't be a true petrol until you've owned an Alfa Romeo. Julia Sprint GTA. Simply exquisite. This magnificent thing. The Volkswagen Carmen Gear. Very old and rare Volkswagen, you don't see these anymore.
From that goes to charity, so please support that if you can. £100 and all the money will go to charity. Over the years we've been holding the show, we've been able to...
Royal Mail. Royal Mail.
One of the only Vauxhalls I have, the Vauxhall Monaro, except it's not a Vauxhall, it's a Holden. Subaru!
Hammond!
Hammond!
He drives a Subaru. Subaru! 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 Subaru!
An 8.6 or an 8.5? It's not a Torino. It's 11. GT twin cam. I think it might actually be an 8.5. It's not an A86, it's an A85, I think. Let's see if I can find the initial D joke where the rest of the speedsters were mocking Eatski for getting an 8.5 instead of an 8.6.
Just like I thought.
What, boss?
Promise you won't freak out on me, okay?
Wait, why would I freak out?
This is no 8.6. It's an 8.5.
This is an 8.5? Wait, do you mean the AE 8.5? What? Your car might look like an 8.6, but pop the hood? I mean, it's like comparing a hawk and a damn hummingbird. The 8.6 has a dual overhead cam, and the 8.5 only has the single. You didn't know that the OHC and SOHC are totally different? Did you check the engine?
And we've got a Porsche 928. Number plate check. Yep, good. You're safe from any Argentinian attacks. Good. Is this one of the manuals that Clarkson's wanting, or no? It's an automatic, right? Right. It's an automatic. Clarkson had one of these in the Patagonia Special, and he had another one for the cheap Porsche Challenge. We've got a Lada Riva turning up. Try and guess what country that's for.
I just reverse it in, mate. Okay. Reverse the car in, thank you.
Try and guess what country that's for.
I don't know.
It's Russian.
Russian?
Yeah.
Not Russia.
'a Honda Integra DC5 Type R, a Skyline R34, ER34 GTT, which is women driven, and right next to it, a GTR R34. That is clean, man. Update on the R34, bit of pain. That's painful to see.
Okay.
And got a bit of a scratch back here as well. Z28 1977 Camaro, which this is one of the Camaros that they used to create Bumblebee from the first Transformers film. Got a few fastback Mustangs, but above all else, the Mark 1 Mustang. That is sick. That is magnificent. And just right next to the Mark 1 Mustang, nice 3000 GT on nice period correct wheels. Volks. BMW 850 CSI. We've got a car that surprisingly all three, Clarkson, Hammond and May, all like. The original Mark 1 Ford Mondeo, specifically the Mondeo ST220. 5-speed gearbox. You see the Mark II and Mark III Mondeos a lot, but never the Mark 1s. This car replaced the Ford Sierra from the 80s and replaced the Ford Cortina from the 70s and 60s. So we got one of the first mass-produced cars ever made, the Ford Model T, 1923, original 2.9 litre 4-cylinder engine, producing only an astonishing 20 brake horsepower, 2-speed gearbox, direct drive. I believe that is its horn.
That horn?
Yeah. Now, so we've got all these like military vehicles and fire trucks, but we're not interested in that kind of stuff, are we? We're here for the cars. Hammond, what have you got here? Well, it's an Earth. This was hopeless.
Come on then, Hammond, show me what you've got.
I have this.
What is it?
It's an Earth.
This was hopeless, so we resorted to our lorry crib sheet.
Just all of a sudden, right at the back, we've got a TVR.
I don't think you get much. From what I understand, you're not really going to get much more out of them.
You see them inside there?
It's a really long walk round it. 77 Chrysler New Yorker, 6.6 litre.
Cowden beef.
Cowden beef, aye? Yeah.
Well, we need to get some pictures of the army trucks for Dad.
I'm not one of these.
Here we are now, the Lotus section. The 1999 Lotus Elise. And we've got the original Lotus Allan. See how loading this is. Literally sitting on the floor. Talk about exposed radiators. Old Toyota MR2 and a Volvo 850R. Well, specifically it's not an R, it's an 850 GLT 2.5 litre 5-cylinder single turbo. And the standard says what, 225 brake horsepower. I'd like to have one of these and convert it into James May's kind of African special Volvo. And here I believe is this a 928 or 944? Ah, 944S. Got a Vauxhall Calibra, I think a V6, might be the 16 valve model. Yeah, V6. I think that's 16 valves, I think. You have to let me know in the comments. We've got a car that Jeremy Clarkson once drove, not the exact same car. Alfa Romeo 75. On this episode of Fact or Cap, we've got a Ferrari F355. Now we know that a lot of people like to take Toyota MR2s and make them look like Ferrari F355, so let's see, is this fact a genuine F355 or fake? I don't know my F355s that well, but I think F355s only come left-hand drive, so this might be cap. The back end, I don't think the back end of a real one of these looks quite like this, and I don't think it's got that badging. Prance and horse. I don't think the wheels quite look like that on the real car. Looking at that steering wheel, I think this is definitely a cap. Yeah, you can tell, look, it says Toyota right here. This is a Toyota MR2 made to look like an F355, so definite busted on this. It's not a real Ferrari.
Where they want, where I want, who I want, what I want. You know, there's a couple I do as the main part of my work.
What even is this?
How? Why?
It looks like a Caterham that's been converted for the Dakar Rally. It's obviously not a Caterham, but it looks like it's been prepared for the Dakar. So, and over here we've got a few more TVRs. The TVR Chimera.
Yeah, I'm aware of
Now we've got some sort of beach buggy, which I think, well, it says it's a Mini, but I think what it actually is, because it's based on a Volkswagen Beetle, a Myers Manx, I think. And when I was on about the Porsche 928s, well, here they are. Here's the not the 928s, 924s rather. These are all Porsche 924s. Back of another SN95 Mustang. Mustang GT. V6 or V8. Nice Magnaflow exhausts.
How far you look from?
The Ford Thames. The van before the Transit. The Transit's predecessor. A couple of BMWs all the way down there. The M2, E30s, E46. And an Audi Quattro. We've got some Vauxhalls. Couple of Jaguars. Like we've got an old E-Type all the way down there. Yeah, that's the original E-Type. I thought that might be the Eagle Speedster. It's not. XJ SC.
That's your Jaguar, right? Yes, it is. Yeah. See that? See the game mode on it? That changed. That's all.
Oh, so we've got some super off-roaders here, and we've got either Series 2 or Series 1 Land Rover completely in bits. And the whole chassis. It's the chassis we're seeing. Chassis, engine, gearbox.
I don't know about cars. It's a brand new one. And we don't know much about cars either, but we just, when you read up a bit, we don't.
So a couple of Vauxhalls here. Now I know to some of us Vauxhalls aren't quite interesting, but I mean they're still cars at the end of the day. So and there's still quite a few good Vauxhalls. The Nova SRI, banging car back in the 90s. The old Astra GTEs.
Do you want to go back and put your other ones on?
Vectras. I'm not quite too much of a fan of Vectras, but I think even Ultimate, this one does look quite good. But one of the best Vauxhalls is all the way back there, so let's go and see to it. Talbots. This VX-R8. It's essentially Vauxhall Monaro, but just 4-door version. Supercharged LS V8. this rear wing on this Astra.
What does that say on it?
On part 2 of What's Inside Your Car, on this week's episode, a petrol RC car of a Vauxhall Astra. Insert the tune. Right, and just like that, folks, I think that pretty much covers pretty much everything that we've seen in the show already. So I'm going to dip out of here, go and get a drink, and then make my way to the exit to capture these cars leaving. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed all that, and be sure to give me a like, tell me in the comment section down below what you thought of it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more and hit that post notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any other content like this. But with that, this will be Matt Automotive signing off. See you next time. Peace. Left the Jag, took the rolls.
Left the Jag and I took the rolls. If they